we're back. We didn't film this week.
No,
First time
because
filming today.
sad.
It's sad.
Stuff happened. But it's okay.
That's how
Not
life be. Sorry.
Life be like that.
Feel
But
like
we
it.
got noodles.
Today.
Like always.
Plus it's finals. Like next week. Everything is due this week, so
I don't have finals next week.
I do.
I know you do. But the fact that he's doing it today,
Makes it nice for you.
it does. Just then I'm done. Except for the 2 things that I need to do for that class.
Yeah. I have 3 finals. A test tomorrow I need to submit. Oh no, I got 17 on my shirt. Drips everywhere. Alright. I have a stock report that I have to submit tomorrow. I have managerial finance homework due tonight. Advanced accounting test tomorrow, then advanced accounting test next week. I'm almost tempted to show them my little study guide. It's 11 pages.
It's thick.
It's a thick boy.
Well, it's like my piano sheet music that your dad gave me.
Oh. So,
I started looking at that sheet music also, and it hurts a little. It's I'm not used to reading piano music. I got the rhythm now because it's literally just what the vocalists sing. So I'm like, okay, that's not bad.
No.
But the chords,
pain.
it hurts just a little.
You can always ask for help.
Yeah.
There's so much noodle. Get it? That's good enough,
I just trying to sit down at my piano with a pencil, start
Scared.
writing stuff in,
Fair
and then get confused when it doesn't make sense because I wrote the wrong note down. It's the freaking bass clef. I hate bass clef.
So sad.
The way I remember it too is also not appropriate, and that was because of high school and since I was percussionist, and I was like one of the only girls, so they came up with a way, and it just kind of stuck with me.
Always men, am I right? No.
It doesn't even make sense. That's the best part. Like, their little acronym makes no sense.
They're doing their best.
It stuck.
It stuck, it worked. Last night, I had to present this morning, that's why my class ended early.
Oh, that's nice.
I was
Okay.
presenting a review of the literature period with a group. But I couldn't find a quote, well, like a page number from one of the quotes I used. And I dreamed about that all last night, about not being able to find this page number. So I woke up and like while I was in the car and going to like school, I was like looking for the page number and like quickly like put it in.
So you did find it.
I did.
That's
This morning. So many things to do. So little time.
Do you think we'll get out early today? No, I didn't think so, because my mom was like, oh, I could come at like 2:30. And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
He's long-winded.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times you're just sitting there waiting to present your thing.
Yeah, he's just,
Talking.
yeah.
I love the man, but I have some grievances.
He talks a lot.
Yes.
And most of the time, I don't know what he's saying. I can't. It's hard sometimes. All my noodles just came off my fork.
I was like, nope. Oh. But yeah. It's usually how it goes. You're going to be sitting for a long while.
That's why I told Mom, because I'm like, no, 3:30 will be fine.
Yeah. Sure, I have places to be. No.
And I'm gonna do my best not to cough everywhere. Like when we're sitting in the.
Yeah, because you might get kicked out before you can.
If I get kicked out
Present.
before I can present, that man better let me pass. Because if not, he'd be like, "Nah, you fail."
You're like, sir, no. The noodles are yummy.
They're yummy.
I like the yakisoba noodles.
Did you bring your own noodles or no?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
I had a feeling. That's why I brought these.
I don't have any.
That's what I thought. Because I'm like, last time you only had one. But then I'm like, oh, maybe she went to the store. But I'm like, no, I bet she didn't.
No.
And I was right.
We hardly go Walmart.
You don't have to go to Walmart.
No,
for
but
these.
that's cheaper.
It is.
I like the cheapest option because I can get more. The rest of the noodles be yours, though.
Sick.
So I can eat fruit snacks.
Oliver keeps flipping his food bowl over in the mornings, specifically it's the wet food. And he was screaming today. I didn't know why he was. Then I went upstairs because he wanted me to go upstairs with him, and he goes into his room and he just sits by his bowl that he flipped over and he just looks at me, and I go and flip it back over. This man had to get only a couple bites because it was still filled with. I'm like, he's so dumb.
Yes.
He's so dumb. And this is like the second or third time now he's done that. I'm like, you idiot. You'd think you'd learn. Just one of the first times it happened, I didn't know he did that. It was going on like 1, 2, at least, before I noticed. So he was starving because he had to.
He's dumb. Put it like that. Also, isn't his food bowl like on the carpeted area?
It's on a mat, but
That's
yeah.
good. That's good. That would be like such a pain to clean wet food out of carpet.
Well, that's what I thought, and I watched him eat the first time, and he was licking the carpet to clean it.
So should be fine. Gotta decide if I'll do schoolwork during this time or not. Once we're done.
That's up to you. I'll just be sitting and chilling.
Vibing. I feel like we don't have much to say.
We haven't done much this week. It's like the first time seeing each other.
Yeah. I'm tired and stressed, and you're sad. No. There's not a lot to add.
No.
Hey guys, watch me study.
Oh, that could be a thing. Like, study with me.
Oh yeah, we could do that. I could do that.
You could do that.
Just a long stream. To make sure everyone else is studying.
It could be helpful for like the ADHD people.
Just lift my head every 10 minutes, be like, you still studying? That's right, I don't think you are in the books. Could do that. Like, loop it.
Yeah.
Like what Two-Set did with, like, the Tiger Mom. What?
Mhm.
Checking on your practice. As you practice. We go, like, 15 minutes of footage and then just loop
it for like so many hours.
Just you doing like weird stuff in the background as I study. Because you don't have finals.
I don't. It's lovely.
Life of a dropout. Don't have to stress about tests.
Listen, I don't like the term dropout. It's withdrawing. I'm withdrawing.
You're dropping. It's drop out.
I'm withdrawing from the university.
Dropping out. You're dropping out of the university.
But withdrawing sounds better.
It's the same thing, and withdrawals still look terrible on, what is it? Your transcripts.
Yeah, but it just sounds better.
It's still bad.
Yeah, but in my head, the withdrawal just sounds better than dropout. Let me have this. Okay.
You can't escape.
It's fine. It's not like I want to come back.
You're not coming back.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh. Being a bully.
It's not my fault. You're a snowflake that can answer the word dropout.
But it's not. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that withdrawal just seems like a bit of a better word.
I'm just.
No, I'm gonna say you're being bullying me.
Just teasing you.
Oh yeah, we got Fanta.
We do.
My mom got it for me because they stopped making Mellow Yellows again. So
That's sad, my dude.
it is, especially when your parents only get like Mountain Dew, which I can't do Mountain Dew anymore. And like Pepsi, and Pepsi reminds me of my
Blood.
teeth. Yeah, it reminds me of blood, my teeth. I can't drink that.
Sad, my dude.
And they stopped getting Dr. Pepper all of a sudden. It's like I finally liked it, and then they get rid of it.
You're like, but guys, I like Dr. Pepper. It's like, Mo, you like this
No.
now.
It's a notification on my phone.
For our shared Instagram account, you guys should follow
Oh
it.
yeah.
We just take up stories. We'll post there eventually.
We got 2 old videos on there right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of funny.
Yeah.
They made my parents laugh, which says a lot because they think our stuff is dumb.
Yeah, they told you like watching your stuff was wasting my life.
Yeah. One of the first videos, they're like, I wasted how many minutes
5
of my
minutes.
life. Yeah, and I'm like, that's nice to know.
You were 14.
We're just having fun. I wasn't gonna force you to watch it.
Imagine looking at a 14-year-old. Be like,
Well, that's-
your creative outlet has wasted my life. And you suck. I didn't say that part, but
No.
just added mental.
We went to go and watch the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, where it's like computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got done with it. I thought it was really funny. We did watch it when I was younger anyway, but my aunt, she was like, well, that's how did she say it? Like, that's an hour and a half that I'm never getting back.
You know my dad said.
That's what your dad said? That's so funny.
Fair enough, though.
I want to say, for that one, that's fair enough. But
That's like a whole team that's supposed to be, like, doing a good job on a movie. You were 14, you're...
I thought it was, you
I
know.
have a camcorder.
But that camcorder is pretty cool. I still have it. It lost all storage because of my cousin.
Just delete all of it.
I can't because it's so funny. He asked me if he could actually record, and I was like, yeah, go ahead, because we don't use it anymore. And he used up all the storage. There wasn't that much left anyway. But it's so funny to watch it back because he's pretending to be a YouTuber that he watches.
That's cute.
It's so cute. But then you get so embarrassed when you mention it, or if you catch him doing it.
Well...
It's so funny.
That's cute. At least you're not killing his dreams.
I'm not. I'm just letting him go.
They thought they were killing your dreams, but here we are again. Still cringe.
My parents are supportive of the music aspect.
That's good.
They just want to make sure that, like,
You have a future.
Yeah, like there's money involved. Because, you know, sometimes you get into that field and then you have nothing.
I'm broke. Just gotta work at it.
That's why I told my mom my whole plan after, you know, college and everything. She's like, that's actually really smart. It's like, yeah.
I tend to be smart. Who knew?
Every once in a while, I have a few good ideas. And I thought about that one for a while.
Wow, that's actually smart. Are you saying I'm not smart?
Mom didn't think I would graduate high school. No. I wasn't failing anything either.
Then why?
Because I was dyslexic. I was having a lot of trouble.
She'd be like, this girl ain't gonna pass nothing.
I was having a lot of trouble with some of my classes. But I wasn't failing them. I was just struggling a lot.
At least she supports and loves you.
She does.
Even if she thought you were going to fail high school.
And, I mean, at that time, like, she's not the same that she was today, so, like,
No.
she's changed a lot.
Because parents learn with their children. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people are like, my parents did this, and they're like, I'm never forgiving them. But it's like your parents learning too.
Yeah.
Sure, it's like that as a kid, you're their responsibility, and like it's on them when they mess up. But they're still learning.
Yeah, because they're not going to know everything.
No. You were her like first natural child.
You know, like the actual one.
Biological, yeah.
The blood child.
Which is a lot different than adopted kids. Like, even if you love them, like, as your own, it's still a bit
Well, because they
different.
also come with, like, a lot of, like, medical things. So you can be like, oh, their family members have this, so that means they're most likely going to have this.
Yeah.
And you can prepare for it.
Yeah.
You have your own, you're like,
Huh. Also, there's adoption trauma for a lot of kids, so, like, there's a lot of factors that go into it. I mean, to be fair, there's probably birth trauma for biological kids. Like, these are my parents. It's not every... Because some parents are just, like, flat out abusive, and those aren't mistakes, those are active choices. Whereas, like, a parent saying something offhanded, it could be more considered a mistake, or, like, that, like, compared to, like, flat out abuse. We cut a lot of our videos to make ourselves look better.
Well, also, sometimes they're really long. And I cut the videos.
She does. Because you want to go into, not necessarily this field, but, like, a music field, so
Yeah, so
practice.
Cutting. I'm trying to find out, like, a faster way to do it, though.
Could look up a walkthrough.
Yeah. I don't know if there is a faster way to, like, go through a video.
Probably not. But there's definitely shortcuts. Always shortcuts. And loopholes.
It makes me laugh, though, going back and listening. Because some of the stuff we say is pretty funny.
It can be funny sometimes.
Some of the stuff I said made me laugh. I'm like, oh.
You're like, I'm actually funny and likable. Gasp. But yes, we cut out things that we don't want them seen, or we just, for better appearance.
There's one part in one of our videos where it's just a lot of jump cuts to us laughing, and then it stops to, like, it was you being like, you'll never know what we just said. I'm like, that's good.
That's good, that's good. That might happen in this video too, who knows?
I mean, there's probably gonna be I don't know. Because, like, when it comes to these, when we're eating, there's not a lot of cutting that I can do, because the whole point is for us to also be eating. That's why we're doing these videos.
All of the
There's been a couple times, like, not all the times, but there'll be times where there's, like, awkward silences, so I'll cut them. But not all the time, because we're eating. And that's the point of the video, is to eat.
They need to watch us eat our
Like, that's
food.
the point of the video.
watch me shove the noodles in my mouth.
These will be like, these are technically mukbangs. So like,
Technically, yeah. Sad
it's
mukbangs.
sad. But like the thing, like I don't know, it'd be funny. Like it's a mukbang, but like you don't see us eat. It's just like cut.
It's like mukbang, but we cut out all the eating parts because it's disgusting.
We don't like mukbangs.
Mukbang gone wrong.
There's this one. Everyone got so upset with this one person who did mukbangs. This was years ago, but they cut out. They had a lot of cuts in this. So like you'd see them like put the food in their mouth and like chew and stuff, but you never got to see or hear them swallow. And everyone got so ticked off about that because they're like, "You're wasting food. I bet you're spitting it out in a trash can," and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, it's a weird thing to get upset about, but
I just got it weird.
Well, the creator ended up coming back and was like, "Yeah, I did that on purpose to see if you guys would catch it." And they're like, "No, I think they said they ate the food, but." Everyone was just so ticked off, and I'm like, that's a weird thing to get ticked off about.
There's people starving.
That was some people. Like, there's people starving. You need to eat that food. It's like,
okay, as a kid, like we knew a lot of homeless people, and like some of them would eat from trash cans, like the food people threw out, which terrible circumstance, honestly.
yeah.
But so when my mom would pull that on me, like there's people starving, you need to like. Eat the rest of your food. When I was a kid, I was like, but if I put it in the trash, someone else can find it and eat it, and then they're not starving.
It's like I never did understand that because it's like there's people starving. Finish your food.
Well, I ate.
Well, it's like if I can't finish the food, why don't we just go and give it to the people that actually need it?
Exactly.
And so, that was always confusing. My thing
Continue.
My thing that my parents would tell me was not to run the water out because there's people who don't have water. So, like, we couldn't leave the faucet on for too long.
My mom was more like, don't run too much water because it racks up the bills.
Yeah, my parents were like, there's people who aren't as privileged to have water. Don't do that.
I mean,
so I get nervous.
They are right that there's, like, we're privileged because of the things we have, but, like, instead of like using that as an argument for things like it's a scapegoat essentially, like, oh, you did this, but there's people starving in Africa. Then why aren't we helping them? It's like if you're going to use that, I hope you're like doing something to be a part of that change because like.
So there's not people starving.
Back in the day, my parents did like bread drives, like to give to people and all that kind of
stuff. I loved it when they did that because we got apples.
Yeah,
and sometimes donuts.
Yeah, it was like we would give people like food and things that like those who were starving. Things. It like
also
that.
Came from really rich student where we live.
Yeah,
his like organage or whatever, which I forget who it is now.
Rich. But
he owns something. He owns something like really big. Because my mom was just talking about that recently. Because it was one of those like weird moments of like, oh, we've been there type of thing. Like, oh,
am I? But, so I guess fair. They were doing something about it. So maybe they had right to tell me that. But yeah, my childhood logic. Someone else will find the food. just feed people.
Yeah, that's why I like some of those videos where people go out and there's like I don't want to say find a homeless person, but they find one and they're like, hey, what do you want to eat? And whatever they say, they go and get them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like really expensive, or it's like I want McDonald's fries. They're like, okay.
Anything you want. Exactly. Just do something about it instead of being pissy about it.
Yeah.
If it's something that you're passionate about, that should make you act to move towards change. If you're just like sitting there and saying crap like that and not doing anything, then it's not a subject you actually care for. That's the thing. It's like, and like people can be like, well, I don't have the money to do that. you can volunteer.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of, like, soup kitchens and things like that that need people to volunteer there to run and things like that, which helps out people in need. So, like,
you don't necessarily need money.
no. Just, a lot of times people just need time. That's, or, like, someone to rely on. So, the thing, so, yes. You're just talking about it and not doing anything about it. You don't actually care. Bye.